There you are. It's good to see you again. You're welcome to News Desk. My name is Kimini Nyamani. I'm on the program this morning. Tema, Accra Sandstone and Contractors Association want government to reverse the decision on the implementation of the new axle load limit tracks. I'm sure you know about this, but let's speak to the Ghana Highway Authority and find out exactly what they intend to do about it and why they are implementing this in the first place. Also, after Ashaiman residents and some drivers in 2013 protested the poor state of their roads, Kenyasi youth have also taken in their footsteps, and Monday they did same. We'll cross over to our reporter and bring you updates on the situation after they clashed with police Monday. The Ghana Chamber of Pharmacy threatens to stop the supply of medicines to our hospitals. Really? What does this mean? We'll find out on the program. We'll wrap up with our big sister Nigeria, where former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has joined the opposition. And this makes it the most high-profile defection since we started hearing about defections from the PDP. How big a blow is this to Jonathan? We'll cross over to Nigeria and find out. In the meantime, let's start with Kenyasi. And, well, angry youth at Kenyasi Eburim in the Ashanti region Monday demonstrated against the deplorable nature of the Kumasi-Antwa-Bonyue road. The agitated youth say the road is in a poor state compared to all other roads linking the main business district center of Kumasi. And according to them, several contacts with the DCE and the Member of Parliament to rehabilitate the road yielded no positive results. Let's have a recap.
Vehicles traveling on the stretch has stopped due to the demonstration, leaving commuters to trek the journey on foot. It was a charged atmosphere as residents protested the poor nature of the only road leading to the central business district. To show their anger, they resorted to burning tires on already damaged road as the police watched from afar. The police then started firing shots to disperse the already charged crowd. As they took to their heels, some demonstrators were injured in the process. This woman and some other victims had to be rushed to the Menchia Hospital and nearby clinics for medical attention as they were hit by rubber bullets. Some of the angry youth were also arrested, whilst others continued to protest the action of the police. The demonstrators pursued the armed police personnel demanding an explanation of their action. Angry residents said the bad nature of the road has increased traveling hours. They also claimed armed robbery on the stretch has gone up. According to the youth, vehicles from Jabeng and Ifidiase use this road during rush hours to Kumasi to avoid the heavy traffic from KNUST to the Central Business District. But because of the deplorable nature of the road, they have stopped. Leadership of the youth said they will stage a demonstration every 90 days until work on the road begins.
Police cars, 4 or 5. Even the police for now, Sabia says, one say, including a policeman. Oh, it is a saying, I just say,
the officer in charge of the Rapid Deployment Force of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Chris Klomega, told the media the police intervened when the demonstrators overstepped their bounds. He, however, confirmed the police gave permission for the demonstration. Superintendent Chris Klomega said the patrol team used anti-riot control measures, including the use of force, to disperse the crowd. The police said the patrol team would be stationed at the area until calm is restored. Meanwhile, 2 policemen were injured in the process.
Right, so we are putting in efforts to reach Joynews' Mohammed Nuruddin, who's been in the area for us since the incident started. In the meantime, let's talk to the DCE of the Kwabre East, and his name is Adams Idisa. Hello, Adams. I think we have lost Adam over there. But we'll get back to that story. Let's talk about the axle load limits that have been set. And members of the Tema Accra Sand and Stone Contractors Association have given government a 2-week ultimatum to reverse its decision on the implementation of the new axle load limits on tracks, or they would hit the streets in protest. The Ghana Haulage Association last Saturday announced an indefinite suspension of services in protest against government's implementation of new axle load limits, which took effect on February 1.
Agitated members of the Sand and Stone Contractors Association could not hide their frustration to the news team. The group blamed government for being insensitive to their plight. The yard where most of these trucks park and wait for their clients was virtually empty Monday morning as the drivers had commenced their sit-down strike. For the members, the new axle load fees was too much for them to pay.
Economy na ekosro bibi asay and ko ba Kenyasi e to ba ko 16 million shata ze buka nasi e be 10 every day 12 we 12 we say 10 we dey say ba ko 15 million kura na says na go say e say and the yanko ya adwuma no afas kan nyina ma ban ne ma metra fie ana ba say ko bokro no ana and dey nya adwuma o
say o anga say no say tracks ne ba Ghana no soso dia and o mutu my standard ne o say o standard da o person de ma yeni e bia 10 wheeler en ya bia 14 cubic 12 wheeler en ya bia 18 cubic ne o say cubic ne de nam
ye paricho o yi sa azi we ni fi kwano so maye madam o gira ho no uma eska se nkofa anwa madam nkofa half load be o mpene adabeboa nti e ka che government say o yi sa we no fi kwano so maye na e ton yen.
They would want government to reconsider the new regulation, which they indicated did not actually seek the well-being of operators.
They should take a second look at these directives. It is even affecting the cargo people, and with this it will affect cocoa as well as foodstuffs, whatever I view, it will affect all. But we will not like to wash our dirty pans outside. We are advising government. He should be careful. Though we know the economy is not good, but we are telling him if he will starve us, then we will wash dirty pans in public.
The Ghana Highway Authority on Saturday implemented the 2012 LI 2180, which sought to regulate road traffic.
Francis Hammond is Deputy Chief Executive Administration, Ghana Highway Authority. He's joined me over the telephone. Hello, Francis.
Hello.
I'm sure this has come to your notice. What are you doing about it?
I didn't get the story quite well. If you can give a gist of it, it would be helpful.
Francis, in other words, you are not aware that the Sand and Stone Contractors Association, the Tema branch, has suspended its services.
Oh no! We are not aware they have suspended.
And they haven't reached you with a protest of the new axle load limits.
Oh, there's a new axle load limit regime in place.
That we all know. The question I'm asking is, the haulage drivers have not reached you, the Ghana Highway Authority, demanding that you do something about the axle load limit.
Yeah, we have had a few meetings with some of them, the stone contractors, the transit vehicles, and a whole lot of them. We've had meetings with them. And the bottom line of the situation is that we really have to protect our road infrastructure. The studies done all over the world, particularly in South Africa, indicates that if you don't control your axle loads properly on the road, you spend an average of about $8,000 per kilometer, over and above what you ordinarily spend on maintenance of the roads. So what it means is that if we allow things to go on the way they are, the whole country will have to cough up about $8,000 on every kilometer of road per year in the country. You know, so let's weigh this against what demands are coming from elsewhere. And then we all as a country will find the way forward. But we think that it's in the best interest of the country, as is done elsewhere all over the world, to really control the axolotes on the roads, to protect the infrastructure, to give it a much longer lease of life. We are aware they've made protests. We have met them. We've told them the situation on the ground and then how far we can go.
I see.
And then beyond a certain limit, we cannot do anything. We cannot do much because we have to protect the country. We have to protect the investment that have been made in the roads. Yes.
And they're saying that a 30-day window you gave them is too short, and they'll need more time to be able to educate their clients.
I think we have given them more than enough, as large window as possible for them to pass through. The whole of last year, it was education all over the country from region to region. And then close the latter part of last year, we met at the Tema port. And then we said that we're going to start this new regime from January 1st. And then they pleaded, it was a general consensus that fine, a little bit more time for education was needed. And therefore, at least 1 month further education was needed for the trackers and then the transit goods people, and the other persons at the meeting said that they were going to take these things up, so that all those who are not aware of the timing of the implementation of this thing, they will be made aware. So the whole of last year was for education and then sensitization. And this year we have given at least 1 more month beyond what we originally intended to be the cutoff point. And we come to February at the end of the month, then they need a few more 3 more months. So the issue is, when are we going to have the cutoff? When are we going to have the cutoff? Meanwhile, the loads are on the road, and the roads are going bad. And then we have to cough up, if we want to do things properly, an additional $8,000 every kilometer of road per year. That is a huge amount of money. That would be a big drain on the economy, my lady.
Francis, one of their concerns also is the fact that for them, there is no form of measurement from their source of the sand and stone, unlike those who carry fuel and perhaps cocoa. And because of that, they are unable to measure if they have enough. Is that a justified concern?
Well, at a number of these meetings, we have made it clear to them that, look, if you have your truck and you know what you carry, the best way for you to do is just walk into any weighbridge station and then ask for your empty weight, so to speak, empty weight to be taken. So you know the weight of your truck when it is empty, and therefore you know what to add. Now, if it is sand, if it is chipping, whatever it is, whatever load that you are going to carry, there are scientific ways of knowing what level of your truck that you must load up to. And of course, all trucks that are imported into the country, they have manufacturer specifications, and they will tell you that, look, for this particular type of truck with so many axles, this is the maximum load that can come on top, or that you can carry. So all these things we have done to them. We have talked to them. We have educated them in all these areas. Now our doors are still open, for any further help that they will require.
So they have given you a 2-week ultimatum. Now that you have searched that your doors are still open, what would you do?
2 weeks of ultimatum
to revert your decision, or they'll hit the streets. And as we understand, they have suspended their services.
Well, okay, we will talk to. They are ultimatum. I'm sure. If we haven't gotten it on paper, we have heard from you, and I'm sure the appropriate quarters will discuss at the appropriate high levels, and then see what we can do. It is a very, very serious matter. It's the amount of money that we just if you like, wasting on maintenance of the roads because of uncontrolled axolotes. It's a very, very serious matter, my dear sir. So we'll take this 2 weeks matter from you, and I will discuss at the appropriate high levels, and then maybe we'll come out with
right.
what it is.
But Francis, what sort of a compromise can we have in this? Considering you have told us, look, we can't do anything about the axle load limits, and then you say you'd sit in a meeting with them. Exactly what compromise are we looking at reaching?
Now, a compromise, Master, cannot be given on air. We have to sit down again, and then let them come forward, and we'll also move forward. And then if there's need for any compromise, we'll come to. I'm not sure the level of compromise can be given on air as we speak.
I see. Francis, thank you very much. Francis Hammond is Deputy CEO, Administration, Ghana Highway Authority. We've been dealing with the issue that has to do with the haulage drivers who've given the Highway Authority a 2-week ultimatum to reverse this decision on the new axle load limit, or they would hit the streets and demand it. In the meantime, they have suspended their services, and they tell us that it could affect us badly. And you hatched the soundbite. I am sure you did. Let's go to Kenyasi now. And well, I was telling you how a group of young persons in Kenyasi also hit the streets to protest the poor state of their roads in the area. In fact, the Kumasi and Twa Bonyure road. The agitated youth say the road is in a very poor state compared to all other roads linking the main business district center of Kumasi. And according to them, they've made several contacts to the DCE and the Member of Parliament for the area to rehabilitate the road, but it yielded no results. Now what we'll do is we'll go back to the area and get a quick update on this while we reach the DCE for Kenyasi, Kwaibre East rather, over the telephone. But, well, I was hoping you were going to see those images for long. I understand Mohammed Nuruddin is over the telephone now. Hello, Nuruddin. Well, maybe not. But hopefully the Kenyasi move will get their roads rehabilitated. Just to remind you of some other issues to be discussed this morning, we'll deal with the UG toll. And, well, let's go to Mohammed Nuruddin now. He's been in the area for Joynews. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, Nuruddin.
Hello, Kamini.
Right. And tell us about the area this morning.
Kamini?
Yeah, Nuruddin, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Tell us about Kenyasi this morning.
Okay.
Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, Kamini.
I'm asking, what's the mood in Kenyasi after the protest?
Yeah, Kamini, there is total peace here in Kenyasi, but the leadership of the youth are telling me that they would continue. They haven't regret organizing yesterday's demonstration, and they would continue it if they do not see any change on their route. So they have spoken to the regional police commander yesterday, and they resolved some issues with him. But they were not happy. They are still not happy with the conduct, the actions of the police. And so they are saying that next time, if they're going to organize the demonstration, they will know how to handle it, and they will organize. They will come together as one, because yesterday's phone, they were doing it in different communities, and that might have caused what happened yesterday. So that is what is happening in Kenya now.
I see. What's the update on the injured persons from Monday?
Yeah, we have just gathered that information, and according to the assemblement in this area, in the community, in Kenya and in its surrounding communities, they've been able to visit about 23 people, and currently all of them have been discharged. and so they are doing well now. But 23 people that they were injured, according to them. So they have been discharged. We have, yesterday one school, Kenyasi GA primary, was closed down, and then that of the JHS, they were both closed down. So we went there to find out. And according to the assistant headmaster of the JHS, he is saying the conduct of the police was abysmal because they came to the school and they were shooting at the wall of the school. And that acting wasn't good at all. Though they support the intervention of the police, but at least they could have done better than that. They come into the school, a cluster of school, and then throwing the tear gas and then shooting at the wall. In fact, he's saying it wasn't a good thing for the students, for the people there.
And so in the DA primary school at the moment, you will find some bullet holes on the walls of the school.
Yeah, we've just finished talking to him, and we would be checking on that to find out whether we'll find some there. Yes. But he's saying one of the headmasters of the JHS, they have A and B. One of the headmistress is not in because he's asthmatic, and because of this incident, he did not come to school today. And most of the students who are not in school today.
Right. Did the police make any arrests?
Hello?
I'm asking if the police made any arrests.
Come in.
Did the police make any arrests?
Line is breaking. Hello?
Hello, Mohammed.
Yeah, come in. I can hear you now.
Yeah, right. I'm asking if the police made any arrests on Monday.
Come in.
Hello, Mohammed.
Hello? Yes.
Did the police make any arrests?
The policemen, you are asking whether the policemen are here?
No, did they make any arrests? Did they arrest anybody?
Hey, the line is too bad.
And we'll get back to you. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Mohammed Nuruddin joined us from the Ashanti region. He joined us from Kenyasi, where a group of young persons Monday protested the poor state of their road, ending up in a clash with the police. Still to come, we'll talk to the DCE of Kenyasi and get you a quick update on the Kenyasi issue as we wrap up on that. The Ghana Chamber of Pharmacy threatens to stop the supply of medicines to hospital. Now, that's big. We'll find out from the National Health Insurance Authority what they are going to do about this, because it has to do with non-payment of bills by the authority. And then we'll go over to Nigeria after Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Vice President to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has joined the opposition, the most high profile in a wave of defections from the governing party. We'll deal with that as well, so don't go away. I'll be right back. You're welcome back. Now, the health of patients under the National Health Insurance Scheme across the country may worsen if the Ghana Chamber of Pharmacy should carry out its intended plan to suspend supplies of medicines to hospitals under the scheme. The Chamber says effective February 10, 2014, there shall no longer be the supplies of medicines to these hospitals and service providers because of the strangling arrears owed them. In a statement signed by the head research and advocacy, Stanley Ajay, he noted some of the hospitals are in arrears since May 2013. The Ministry of Health has joined us over the telephone. Anthony Goodman is Public Relations Officer for the Ministry. Hello, Tony Goodman.
Yes, my sister.
Thanks for joining us on News Desk. But what does the Ministry know about this?
Thank you very much. Good morning to your listeners. What I want to say briefly is that to say we have a group by name Chamber of I really don't know. We don't know them, but as a way, as a ministry, what we do is that we supply medicine through the Central Medical Store to our hospitals across the country. But that is not enough. They also go to also buy from the market. I'm thinking that this group, those where they buy their medicine from, they have gone out to form this group, calling themselves the Chamber. But for us in the Ministry of Health, we have done our best to provide some of these resources these hospitals need to also offset some of their debts they owe their suppliers. And we hope that by doing so, the Chamber will stop their intended strike or whatever they call it, continue supplying this hospital.
But does it bother the ministry that such an issue has come up?
Is that what I mean?
I'm asking if it bothers the ministry that an issue of this sort has come up.
No, obviously it will be a bother because if you supply, we supply close to 40% of the total medicine hospitals need across this country. And if they go to also get the 60% from the market, and this market is telling you that we're going to stop supplying you, it should be a bother because it's going to have a negative effect on our healthcare delivery. So for us, we are worried, and we hope that with this money we've released, our customers of this hospital will stop their intended strike.
Does the ministry know where the rest of the 60% of medicines for hospitals come from?
Yes, we know the good. We're giving them that permission and that right to go to the market to also buy from the market. So that is what is made up of the other 60%. We are aware of it. Even for us in the ministry, the hospitals who owe us by the medicines we give them, they still owe us as a ministry because it's a revolving fund. If we send them the medicine to you, are supposed to sell and bring the money back to the ministry for us to go out and get more of those drugs. We are also not getting this money, but for us, because the people are our primary reasons why we leave, we cannot say we are not going to supply medicine.
Has the ministry sought to know who these members of the Ghana Chamber of Pharmacy people are?
No, for us, we only deal with the hospitals. We also deal with the pharmacies themselves. We deal with the manufacturers who supply some of those medicines to us as a ministry. But as to the chamber, we don't know them, but we know maybe a group that has been formed recently to also champion their cause.
In spite of the kind of effects this could have, the ministry does not deem it necessary to know who these people are and exactly what their threat means.
So that is why I'm saying that we know they are doing a great job, and we are trying with some of our directors have spoken to some of them, and we are trying to see how best we can talk to them to at least stop this intended strike.
I see. Tony, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much. Tony Goodman is PRO for the Ministry of Health. He's joined us on the issue of the Chamber of Pharmacy. The Chamber has come out with a statement and it's such that effective February 10, they will no longer be making supplies of medicines to hospitals and service providers because of the strangling arrears owed them. Pretty shortly, we'll raise the NHIA, the National Health Insurance Authority, as well over the telephone, and I will try and get more on this, as well as the chamber itself. The Ministry of Health says, we do not know about this chamber. In spite, we provide the hospitals with 40% of the medicines and the rest from the markets. We are unaware of a chamber of pharmacy, and we hope that it not pull through with their threat. So we'll speak to the Chamber of Mines as well. Stay on for that particular interview. In the meantime, let's talk about the University of Ghana. At the University of Ghana, you recall, effective February 1, it decided to charge tolls for any car that used its roads within the schools. And the Students' Representative Council of the University of Ghana has, after an executive council meeting Monday, says students will start series of demonstrations beginning February 11 over the introduction of road tolls by university authorities. SRC President Edem Agbana lamented students should be made to pay for accessing university roads after they have paid academic and residential facility user fees and other charges.
The university has started the process of collecting the tolls. They started on Saturday, and as an SRC, we are still not satisfied that our issues and the concerns that we have raised have not been addressed, and they are still implementing it. So we just took a decision, very drastic decisions. One is that we're going to embark on a series of demonstrations, and which will be starting on Tuesday. So next week, Tuesday, which is going to be the 11th of February, you start hearing protests or seeing protests from students. Beyond that, we'll have a press conference tomorrow, Tuesday, to address the general public on whatever steps that we have taken. We want to clear the perception out there that we are just being unnecessarily antagonistic. They are giving us 70% discount to students with cars. So you will come and register your car, and instead of paying the 400 cedis, you pay 100 Ghana cedis. We are still thinking that it's not enough. It's not enough because if you're a student of University of Ghana, it means you have paid academic facility user fees, you have paid residential facility user fees, and even this academic year, we paid 100 Ghana cedis for the development of our university. So at the end of the day, we've paid all these things for these facilities, and you asking us to pay extra before we can get access to these facilities. If you deem it prudent as a university to exempt your employees and their dependents, meaning my father or a relative of mine can be a worker of the university, and because of that, the person is giving stickers which can cover me. And for me as a student that I have even paid for the facilities, I need to pay extra to get access to the facilities. It's not fair.
Meanwhile, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Roads and Transport has objected to the charging of road tolls by the University of Ghana. Hence, has invited the Minister of Roads and Highways to explain the issues to them. Theophilus Setechai is Vice President, Parliamentary Select Committee on Roads and Transport. He's joined me over the telephone. Thank you very much, Theophilus, for joining me.
Very much. Thank you for your listening.
If you could speak up for me, you're a bit muffled. But what will the committee seek to find from the Minister?
Thank you very much. In your introduction, you did indicate that the committee has objected to the road tolls that is being implemented by the university. I would like to correct that erroneous impression.
Very well.
In the sense that, one, the committee has not yet met. In fact, we will be having a meeting today at 11 o'clock this morning to deliberate on the issues at stake. What we've done is that we've invited the minister in charge of roads and transport, so that as a committee we could have a briefing as to actually what took place, so that we know the inside and outside of the whole issue. And then based on that, as a committee, we will also see or have a decision to take. So the committee has not yet taken a definite stand on the issue. That is one. Two, as I rightly told you, we are inviting the minister as a committee.
Right, please go ahead.
Yeah, we are inviting the minister as a committee that is having oversight over roads and highways. And our main intention is to actually look at the issues at stake. And then based on whatever information we get from the minister, we could also get in touch with other stakeholders who are also part of what is taking place, and that's the university and then the student leadership, so that if we can, in a way, manage the situation, then that can be done. So that is the focus of the committee.
I see. But what exactly can the committee do, considering the matter also has been taken to court?
Well, we are not going to look at, we are not going to litigate, no. That is not what we are going to do. We are just going to extract information from the various stakeholders, because as a committee, we have to know the facts of the issue. And those are things that we are looking for. We are not there to judge who is right, who is wrong. it's rather unfortunate that the issue has been sent to court at a very short notice. If the issue were not to be in court, then as a committee, we can even open up to the public as to the decisions and other things that we are going to take. But because the issues are in court, it's very difficult for you to even express your opinion on the matter. So that's the challenge we are facing. But we believe that once an issue is in court and it comes to a situation where the stakeholders are ready to talk to each other, the issue can be withdrawn from court. So that is our focus, that we'll try and then bring all the issues together, see the way forward, and then if possible, maybe talk to the various stakeholders for the issues to be addressed at home.
I see. Thank you very much, Theophilus. Theophilus Tetechai is Vice Chairman, Parliamentary Select Committee on Roads and Transport. We've been dealing with the University of Ghana tolls. Well, he says that the committee is not taking a stance yet, but they are talking to both parties to see what can be done. Well, from his conversation, no definite decision can be taken by the committee except to ask the parties involved to withdraw their case from the court. And, well, we'll try and raise Adam Agbana over the telephone on the series of demonstrations that they hope to organize. But in Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, Vice President, and Olusegun Obasanjo from 1999 to 2007, has defected from his mother party, the PDP. And we'll go to Nigeria, and he's actually given a long list of reasons he's defecting from it. And, well, let's take a look at this. Now, and well, there seems to be trouble for Nigeria's ruling PDP as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar joins the opposition, and it makes it the most high profile in a wave of defections from the governing party. Abubakar says that he believes that Nigeria should have a two-party political system. The People's Democratic Party has won every national election since the end of military rule in 1999, but it is deeply divided over whether President Goodluck Jonathan should seek re-election next year. Now, last week, 11 senators announced that they were joining the opposition All Progressive Congress, the same party as Abubakar, and the PDP has lost its majority in the House of Representatives, the lower house of Parliament. The APC has called on its members to block all legislation, including the 2014 budget. Chukwuemeka Eze, Programs Director, West African Network for Peace Building, and he's joined me over Skype. I also have Ben Alozi, he's Deputy Editor, the Union newspaper from Nigeria. He's over the telephone. I'm going to start with you, Ben. Hello, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Right. Ben, tell us about how Nigerians are responding to the defection of Atiku Abubakar.
Oh, yes. The defection of Atiku Abubakar to the opposition party, APC, is a major political issue in the country today. The reason being that Atiku has been a very influential member of the ruling party and a former president of the country. So his defection to political waters is a major breakthrough for the opposition, and the ruling party may not feel he's crossing over to the opposition because he has remained not a very active member of the ruling party for quite some time right now. It would not be wrong to say
he had been on the fence. The reason for that is not far-fetched. You recall that in 2006, Atiku Abubakar, at the heat of this disagreement with the former president, talking about Olusegun Obasanjo, he was one of the people that led the party to form the ACM, which, to a large extent, is the platform upon which APC is founded. Therefore, the PDP leadership may not feel his absence so much, except that it appears that his joining APC, has strengthened the base of that party for the evolving political situation in the country.
I see, Ben. I'm going to have you hold on that. Let's talk to Chukwuemeka. He's joining us over Skype. Chukwuemeka is Programs Director for OneUp. Chukwu, from where you sit, what do you make of all that has been happening with the defections from the PDP?
I think I'll just say that the Nigerian democracy is growing. Initially, it was like we were heading for a one-party system, but gradually we are beginning to have alternatives. So even when we had the multi-party formation, you find out that only the People's Democratic Party was the dominant party. And it's like once you succeed with the primaries within the People's Democratic Party, then you have already won your election. But what is happening now is that more opportunities are coming. Of course, I must admit that at the moment, I will not agree that the Nigerian political parties are based on ideology. I think for now, they are trying to align towards 2015, where they feel their goods and their aspirations will be actualized. So for the moment, I don't think it is on the basis of ideology that the defections are taking place. So it is just about alignment towards the 2015 election.
But what then does it mean for the PDP? Atiku Abubakar's defection is a high-profile defection. What does it mean for the PDP as a political party? Have they lost out?
I think what is also happening is that people are also crossing from APC to PDP, and that's why I emphasize that it's not just about ideology, it's about winning elections. But of course, PDP will always admit, even if they don't do that expressly, they are beginning to admit that there is a problem. So it is a huge blow, but also it does not amount to some destabilization, as it were. So I think it depends. Largely, the 2015 election is going to be won and lost on the altar of your performance, either at the state level or at the federal level.
Does it threaten a second term for Goodluck Jonathan?
Well, I cannot authoritatively say that it is a blow to that ambition, but what I think that will happen at the end of the day is that people are going to look at the alternative to Goodluck. That is very, very key. People are going to vote for the person they feel more than the political party. They are going to vote more on the individual and political party alignment. Because in any case, these are all former members, or most of them are former members of PDP. So the idea that once you vote APC, the problem of Nigeria is over may not count so much. But I agree fully that what is happening now is a major cause for concern for the ruling People's Democratic Party. But again, it is an advantage for the masses who are now faced with alternatives.
Right. Ben, if you're still over the line, from where Chukwuemeka stopped, it's an advantage to the masses. But how are Nigerians interpreting this? Hello, Ben. Ben, are you still there?